The show is cool. Starts off really well, slows down a bit, but then it ends on a high note. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Terminator Zero. It's a Netflix anime, 8 episodes. You can watch it in Japanese, you can watch it in English. They both sound great. We do not follow Sarah Connor or John Connor in this series, but it is Terminator, so we do get SkyNet. We do have time travel. The show starts off in the future. It's 2022. SkyNet is doing what it does. It's dominating. It's sending Terminators to kill people, and they come up against the Resistance. Their best fighter, I think her name is Eiko. Anyway, she can't really handle the Terminator, but she does manage to escape. The action was really well done, really cool. There is some violence that happens because it's a rated R anime. Anyway, they discover that SkyNet is going to 1997. So they decide to send someone back to 1997. They're going to Tokyo. And the target is Malcolm Lee. Malcolm is this genius who is developing his own AI named Kokoro. And Kokoro is kind of like, imagine X-Men when Xavier goes into Cerebro in the movies. When he goes in and he's going to use Cerebro. That's what it feels like, except Kokoro has like a body that forms, like 3 of them. And they talk to Malcolm. And Malcolm is telling her about his nightmares. And he has nightmares about Judgment Day. For those who don't know, Judgment Day is August 29th, 1997. And I believe in this show, it's like August 30th because they're in Tokyo or whatever. Anyway, he's talking to her about Judgment Day and Terminators and destruction that's coming. And they're just having dialogue. And that's what happens with Malcolm for the majority of the show. The Terminator comes and he is destroying things. And that's what happens in the early episodes. He comes, he kills people. Ico comes, saves people. And you have that back and forth. So you're thinking, oh, this is the type of show. Because the trailer makes it seem like it's nonstop action. And it's not that type of show. Eventually, the Terminator can't get to Malcolm. So he's like, I'm going to go after his kids. And he has 3 kids, Hiro, Kenta, and Rika. Kenta is the oldest. He is very good with technology and taking things apart, making things work. Hiro doesn't really get to do much. Rika is the emotional one of the group. Their mom passed away a few years ago, so she really takes that to heart. And it becomes a battle of getting to the kids and then spending time with the kids and the nanny. The nanny is important. Her name is Masaki. When we spend time with the kids, and it's not really like a bunch of action, everything slows down. We are getting answers to things because the kids have a lot of questions about what's going on and these Terminators and stuff like that and people from the future. So we're getting answers, but it's not high octane action. There's a chase sequence every once in a while. They do have their own like police thing that the original Terminator had when he showed up to the police station. There's something like that here where he just goes in there and kills a lot of people, and we discover a lot of things. But in the middle of the show, I was like taken aback, like, man, this is kind of slow now because we're not getting the action that I thought we were going to get like in the early episodes, with the Terminator. But the story stuff was interesting. Malcolm's story was interesting. Him talking to Kokoro was interesting, and that kept me invested in what was going on. And then by the end, by episode 8, I was like, this is all right. It ended on a high note for me. It was some action, and then it was some crazy story stuff happening, and I was like, oh, I like this. I like this show. I can recommend this show to people. It's not over the top all the time, and it's a Terminator story. If you've seen Terminator before, any of them, you have a gist of what's going on. But it's a decent anime. I hope they get a season 2 to continue the story because it ended in a not weird place, but it ended and it was like, oh, I can see where they can go from here. But those are just my thoughts on Terminator Zero. If you watched the show, let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.